Got a nipple on, motherfucker.
What's up guys, Luke here, aka Got a Nipple On, and I'm bringing you another commentary today. Now, before we get into this video, first of all I'm going to tell you a bit about the gameplay. It's just a gameplay with the Dingo. I have fell in love with this gun, and you can probably understand why, because if you know any Black Ops title, LMGs were just absolutely destructive, and you'll see in the gameplay that there are probably about 3-4, I don't know, there's a lot of gunfights in this gameplay that I probably shouldn't have won. Second of all, I was going to record an RCG today. I even said in my last video that an RCG was going to be my next video, but I'm having such issues for playing multiplayer since the recent update on the Xbox One or the PS4, you know, basically the recent update on the game. So I'm gonna just sit here and say enjoy the gameplay, but fuck all that, because basically I just watched the live stream for, like, where they talk to the people for Infinite Warfare. Now, if you don't know what Infinite Warfare is, or you've never even heard of Call of Duty, I think you're a little bit lost, but basically it's the next title for Call of Duty that is coming out over the next few months. There's going to be loads of leaked information, there's going to be all this and that that's going to be happening, but the right here and now was today was the first day that we actually got a glimpse of kind of what's going to be in the game, things that they're changing. But there was one thing that kind of left me frustrated, and I'm sure you guys, if you watched it as well, are going to be absolutely frustrated with as well, and that was the fact that the whole time all I wanted the guy to ask was, in multiplayer, is it going to be feet on the ground? And lo and behold, the question was never asked, and it was just kind of beaten around the bush. It was just so frustrating to me. I kind of sat there, I was like, oh my god, how is it that they just don't ask these questions? Now, I understand that they don't want to give too much away about the game, but that's what everyone wants to know. And also in the start of the live stream, or when they were talking to the first two people who I think might be the developers, I'm not too sure, because I kind of tuned in at a random point in the stream, and they were like, you know, they made a few points that there were, so I don't know, the best way to put it is there were certain aspects of the game that they claimed that the community as a whole had sat there and said, we want this, when in actual fact the whole community said that they didn't want this. Now, this could be the whole thing about feet on the ground, but I'm not entirely sure, as like I said, I kind of got into the stream a little bit later than I would have liked to. So other than that, other than these little frustrations, which I'm sure it's not just me, but it is, I mean, it's something that doesn't make sense why you couldn't just ask that question. Now, if I saw these people on the street, I would ask them and I would expect an answer. It's kind of that simple, because that is what the community wants. Now, like I was going to say, other than that, they are bringing zombies. Zombies is going to be in Black Ops. Wow, Luke, you just had a brain fart. That's because I got Black Ops 3 right in front of me. So what I meant to say was, the new zombies is no. Oh my god, I'm just going to leave that in there. I don't give a crap. So basically, in Infinite Warfare, there is going to be zombies. Now, they were talking about chaos mode in Modern Warfare 3. They were talking about extinction in COD Ghosts. Now, these game types for me were alright. They were a bit mediocre. They weren't anything special. It was a time killer if you were getting fed up of multiplayer, but there was no avail to it. Now, they've actually said that they're going to introduce something different, which is going to be Easter eggs. Okay, so they reckon they're going to be putting Easter eggs into their zombies, and hopefully, I mean, because it's, you know, Advanced Warfare, Infinite Warfare, kind of along the same lines, even though that was made by Sledgehammer, I still feel like if they were to do with zombies anything similar to that, it would just be so painful to watch and play and just to see, because obviously if you're a Black Ops fan or you played World at War, anything like that, you know what kind of zombies we all expect and what high expectations we do actually have for playing these kinds of zombies, you know. So hopefully their idea of bringing in Easter eggs, it will be good. It will be good for the community, especially the zombies community. I'm quite an avid zombies player myself. If you haven't seen any of my streams, then you wouldn't know, but you do now. So hopefully it's nothing like Advanced Warfare, and you know, I didn't really mind Extinction. I didn't mind Extinction all that much, but it just wasn't what you know, I kind of thought, oh yeah, they're bringing out some kind of like horde mode, because obviously that's the kind of thing that zombies is. But, you know, it just didn't really make sense. There was nothing to accomplish. You just kind of went from point to point until you finished the map, and it just didn't feel like you were really getting anywhere with it. So hopefully, you know, they said that they were looking at all the old, they were looking at what Treyarch does and stuff like that, so hopefully they'll implement all this good stuff. So overall, the game is kind of sounding okay. In terms of multiplayer, obviously they spoke about a few I think it was 4 different maps. They said, they didn't name them or anything like that, but they basically said that there's going to be a few maps based on Earth, and then there's going to be other maps that are going to be based throughout the solar system. So when it goes back to the point that I made about feet on the ground, what could that possibly mean? Does that mean if we're on the Earth maps, then we'll always have feet on the ground, and then when we're in space, we'll be able to do like little thruster jumps and stuff like that? We might have booster packs, but then will that ruin the dynamic of the game? Because you'll get, you know, because the whole thing with Call of Duty, for me especially, is consistency, and I like to see that I'm going to be able to do this here and do this here as well. I don't want this whole thing about, oh, I'm going to play 3 maps in a row of Earth maps and not be able to jump, dive, whatever, and then I'm going to go into space and I'm going to be able to jump, like, you know, thrust into the air and stuff like that. I don't know. I'm really skeptical about this. To be honest, I wasn't even going to make a commentary about this. It just kind of ended up happening. So basically, guys, all I want from you is your thoughts. What do you think? Have you seen the live stream? I'm sure that there'll be plenty of videos on YouTube, but please try and bear in mind that it is the first day, so these are just first opinions and stuff like that. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. This has been me, Got a Nibble On, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out. I think it would just be smart, because that's the only one I can remember off the top of my head right now, to play on Dark Souls 3. Okay, so magically out of nowhere, I remembered like another game that I could do, and it's Fallout 4, because